We're too lazy to plug in the longer Ethernet cable so that we don't have to do that. Alright, hopefully we're
You
back.
have a longer Ethernet cable?
Yeah, I got one,
Powerful.
but
That's
like weeks
fast.
ago, but we haven't plugged it in yet. Too lazy. Hello, hello. Stuff happening. I guess there's a stupid delay on the stream, so.
Won't go online for this.
Yeah.
If only you waited like 5 more cards to explode.
Perfect endpoint, yeah.
It's
These
just-
other cards don't
it's
matter.
purpose.
These other cards suck.
we haven't
I
reviewed
lied.
the best.
I lied. All the white cards are just good.
Yeah.
It's nuts. We back now? Alright, cool.
Are we?
Sorry about that, guys. The internet problems were caused by our apartment's internet being daisy chained together by like 3 routers. So I'm gonna blame that. Anyway, we're on Sightless Brawler, right?
Yeah.
Talking
I was
about-
awkwardly explaining how I like this card, and
Yeah.
then you disappeared.
This is a cycle, right? It's like
Awkward bestow.
cheapish. Yeah, you get kind of a discount on the cards, but they have a drawback on them.
But it's like a weird drawback.
Right. This is
Not
it's a
quite a
very weird
drawback.
drawback.
Yeah.
Very situational.
I mean, the blue one is a pretty strong drawback. The rest of them are just like they're like half of what you'd expect the drawback to be.
Yeah. But
Yeah. So, like I said, I think this is awkward as a bestow.
yeah.
I mean, a 3/2 for 2 is very aggressively costed, especially since it can block alone, so it's fine. But I do find the fact that whatever you're Voltroning up has to have a buddy to be I don't know, detrimental, I guess, because your buddy's probably gonna be like a 2/2.
Best
when you're
friends with
bestowing this.
Little Pegasus.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a pretty aggressive start, like 2 power into 3 power guy on turn 2, tech for 5 on turn 3.
Yeah,
Though you
it's
just get
it's
disrupted
definitely
by
good on.
anything. You gave this guy B
Give it a C+.
range? C+, okay.
It's probably it could probably breach B range. I mean, I mentioned this to you, but I definitely think I definitely bottlenecked a lot of the cards into the C+ range in my personal
Yeah.
ratings, because like I don't know, I think B should be cards that can take over the game, but aren't like a bomb or like aren't like will always win you the game, which is what I reserve A's for. So like because I set that restriction, I do have a lot of cards in the C+ range. This is probably a B-.
Okay, yeah.
I do think it's better than most of the other cards I say are C+.
Yeah, B might be pushing it. I think it is definitely higher than average, so somewhere in that range, C+, B-
Yeah.
range. Alright, next card is Skybind. 3 white enchantment. Constellation. Exile target non-enchantment permanent and return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end set. That's a very weird card.
Yeah, I would say the most common use for this is going to be to blink whatever was bestowed upon on your opponent's side, right?
Yeah.
But it's unfortunately non-enchantment permanent, which is obviously so that you can like create a constellation chain.
Yeah, right.
But
Infinite loop.
like, so like that makes this card not very good. It's expensive at 5 mana. Like,
Right.
maybe you get someone once or twice with blinking like their wing steeds, but
Well, I mean, when I see a card that's 5 or 6 mana, not just an enchantment, and has like a paragraph of text, it's usually a
It's
bad
not
sign. Yeah.
at least this does something when it hits the field.
Yeah, I
The
guess
trigger's on itself,
does
but like it's
something,
still, it's kind of minor. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this card's not playable.
yeah.
I probably still gave it like a D.
I would call this card a trap if you open this card. I couldn't see ever playing this card. Like even if you have a sweet combo, it's just not worth it, right?
There aren't even like, well, I guess like if you continuously
Like Gray
blink it for an
Merchants or
Overlord.
something, I don't even know.
Yeah, a Gray Merchant. They're obviously scared of us having blink effects
Yeah.
because Triad is slow and this card is
Yeah.
a little overcosted. Yeah, I gave it a D minus is what I've written down.
D minus. Fair.
It's probably accurate. I don't think it's an F because I do think you will find a fringe case where you want this in your deck, but I don't think it's good.
So you don't think the sky's the limit with this card, huh?
No, I do not think
Alright.
that is the case.
Alright.
I think you are bound by the limitations of this card.
Alright, next one. Sky Spear Cavalry. 3 white for a 2/2 flying double strike. Human soldier creature. What do you think of this guy?
I mean a 2/2 for 5 is kind of small.
Yeah. But it has double strike.
But
so it's gotta
It does
be-
have double
can't be too
strike.
big.
Yeah, it has to be tiny, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you have any sort of 6 mana bestow or huge enchantment for this thing, it can get out of hand really fast.
Right.
But
I
it does
know.
die to it dies to everything.
It does that to everything, yeah.
It dies to
Most-
actually everything.
Almost everything. Yeah, I mean, it's a good guy to bestow on because there's a lot of bestow at 5 and 6. So it fits that
Yeah, I
curve
mean,
nicely.
Thassa's Emissary.
Yeah, Thassa's Emissary. Ooh.
That'd probably be the dream. But that's still like, yeah, that's pretty good. Make a 5/5
Yeah,
double
this-
strike, draw 2.
This is a scary card to me, like Erebos' Emissary too, right?
Yeah,
Um, on its own though, kind of weak, but I think the upside is pretty large on it. So I like this card enough. You gave it a
C plus.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's
it
fair.
needs help.
Yep, needs help. Not definitely not in the B range, but
Yeah.
all right. Next is Stonewise Fortifier, 1 and a white, 2/2 human wizard. Pay 4 and a white. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to Stonewise Fortifier by target creature this turn. So pretty steep
Yeah.
activation.
I find this kind of weird because I feel like they accidentally put an activated cost to some of the flavor text on this card. Because I'm pretty sure this is just the bear. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're spending 5 mana for that, like, I don't know what happened in the game. The game
Yeah.
is at a state you or your opponent probably didn't want to be at.
And I mean, you don't have to tap it to activate, so you theoretically could activate this more than once in a turn.
Is
That
that
would
is
be
that the Bianchi
sweet.
dream? That's Bianchi dream, right?
Yeah.
Just
I don't know
two separate
what
things.
that would do for you, but
Well, what if they ever double blocked it? They have to double block their 2/2 with 2 1/1s, and then they don't even get the trade.
Also, in the artwork, the wind blowing this guy's skirt up makes him look like a centaur. But he's not.
Maybe he is.
He's a human
Maybe the
wizard.
fact that he's a wizard is hiding that he's actually a centaur.
I think that's the most interesting part of this card.
That he doesn't look like a human.
All right.
So
Moving
yeah,
on.
I gave him a C because it's a
You're
bear.
gonna see, 'cause
It's just
it's
a bear.
Traveling Philosopher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supply Line Cranes is the next card. 3 white for a 2/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature.
So this is the best card, right? This is the best
best
card White
card?
has. Yeah, just based on what this is. You're in the midst of battle, and you lose your sword. And there's cranes. You're just like, where are the cranes? Where? Oh yeah, and then you just get a new sword.
Giant
Like, how great
ass
is
cranes.
this?
Just dropping Leonin scimitars down. But only one.
Only one.
Why are there multiple cranes? This isn't one crane. This is like a flock of cranes, right? Or whatever you call a group
Well,
of
you
cranes.
need-
But you
I mean,
only
you
get
need-
1/1 counter. You don't get
I know.
like look at how much equipment's in this picture.
I know. They're like fully armoring a person.
That one crane is dual wielding. The one in front, he's dual wielding, but somehow you only get +1. All right.
Well, yeah.
This card's good though, right?
I think it's very good.
Like,
I mean, a 3/5 flying for 5 is about where you want to be, right?
yeah.
And then you can put the counter on something else if it gives you better combat.
Mini Ornithark. For the same mana
Almost.
cost.
Ornithark's a little better than this.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Little as in mostly a lot better. But yeah, no, I think this is very good. I think this is a solid common. Unfortunately, there are a lot of 5 drops
It's true.
that want to be in that spot in most decks, especially since white doesn't generally want to get to 5 that often.
Yeah.
But if blue white skies is a thing, this is a good curve topper.
It's pretty cool though too. It can like the turn you play it, put a counter on one of your guys, which allows it to attack profitably that turn, and then you have a 2-power evasion guy from that on to attack with.
And
Wow.
then you link this with Skybind and give
Ooh.
another creature sword.
You're right.
That's why there's multiple
Infinite
cranes. They
cranes.
just expect you to live
Infinite
through.
cranes. Just, it's a line of them. You're right. Don't play that combo. Don't do it. Don't try to do it.
It's not worth it.
So you give this card C+.
Or I give it a C+. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. A lot of C pluses.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I honestly like this card a little bit more than C plus. I would give this a B minus because I do want to
could see-
differentiate a little bit from all the other C pluses, and I think this card's definitely pretty good, but maybe it's too slow. I don't know. For what the
I
white
think
deck
that's why-
wants.
Hey, I think that's why I gave so many C pluses because a lot of these cards are just like they seem awesome, but they're just like at the mana cost that was a little slow.
Yeah,
the way
that's
this format.
and that's why this format's deceiving sometimes too. It's like what you normally rate a card,
Yeah.
way different than what it actually should be. Next guy here, last white card is Tethmos High Priest. Another Riot Devils, 2/3 for 2 and a white. Heroic. Return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this guy, pretty sweet ability.
Yeah, and I mean it's playable as a Riot Devil.
Yeah.
And yeah, this ability is probably exceptionally good in your white red deck. It's probably decently good in your white blue deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how often you're gonna target this, but I mean like targeting this and getting back like a loyal Pegasus or something seems pretty good.
Get back your Fable Hero or your Hero of Eros.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
it's
not
converted
Fable
mana cost.
Hero, right?
Converted mana
Yeah.
cost, okay. Yeah, okay. So you're not getting like something like awesome out of it, but
Ridiculous. But it's good. I think I gave it a B. I said B minus to B plus.
yeah.
I'm probably
Okay.
overvaluing this one. I'm probably also overvaluing the Iconoclast or whatever that blow up a thing, the other Leonin card.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna take these too high when this format first comes out, but I mean the power's there, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I would put it maybe a little lower than that, but C plus, B minus maybe. But yeah, I
Fair.
mean, it's a Riot Devil, so it's always going to be good. It's always going to be decent. Alright, so let's see. What do we think about white as a whole? We think it's probably like pretty damn good at this point, right?
Yeah, it's definitely
It's-
not making it worse.
Right. It's already good.
It gets a real removal. What I think is a real removal spell at common. 2 very good removal spells at uncommon. It has like creatures all along the curve that
More
are all
flyers.
rather good. Yeah. A couple bomb rares. Like I think there's only like 2 cards out of all like everything that was like a miss, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, like that font card and
Skybind.
5 mana enchantment. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some huge bombs in there.
Yeah.
So white continues to be good. All right, let's start delving into the blue, huh?
Yeah.
All right, aerial formation, 1 white instant. It has Strive for 2 and a blue. Any number of target creatures each get 1/1 and gain fly until end of turn. So, what do you think about this? Pretty good, board stall breaker card. Alpha Strike card.
Yeah, I think this is one of the better end the game cards for blue.
Yeah.
Like two blue and 2 to give 2 things +1/+1 and flying is pretty solid. There's a white card that was 2 white and 2 at sorcery speed that did that, right? But it gave +2/+2.
They give 2 things.
And that
flying.
card was, yeah, that card was always good in the formats it was in. I think it was in like M12 or M13. It was in one of the core sets.
Yeah, being a 3 mana Strive cost, there's like huge differences in mana between 1, 4, and 7. But
yeah, but
if you get to the
being
7,
only 1 mana, yeah.
Yeah,
The fact that and on this one too, the fact that the Strive cost is what's driving it up instead of the initial buy-in, on like that double strike one.
Right.
Like I think it makes this one a lot more playable.
Okay. Yeah, this card seems decent. It's weird to me that blue has such good cheap tricks like Titan Tactics and Crypsis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's weird to me, but.
Before we move on, though, can I just mention that this art is atrocious?
Yeah, there's an invisible bridge. Right? Is that what's going on in this one?
Well, yeah, I guess they're flying, but I don't know what that thing is on the left. But I can only assume it grew up in the ocean, being told it was like the prettiest princess, and one of those things just has a mirror, and it's just like, oh, I'm so hideous. How did I not know? And why are there so many spears?
It saw its reflection in this shiny gold shield, in one of the shields.
It was just its life ended.
It
just doesn't know what to do.
These soldiers, they aren't flying. They're clearly at ground level. They're just hovering on over the water. It's an invisible bridge that they're on apparently.
Yeah. They get blue feet though, which is kind of sweet.
Also, Zach Stella, is this it? Is this the bad one you're talking about?
Yeah, this is the bad one. Yeah.
Jeez, I think we need a 3-hour-long show. Wait, Big Brother has to come on and explain what was going on.
What's wrong with aerial formation?
On in this picture? Are there scale birds at least in this? There are. I don't see any scale birds.
I know. No, there's not even. He couldn't even give us scale birds. Jeez.
All right.
Come on, Zach.
Let's go. Let's move on.
He's better than that.
Yeah. Battlefield Thaumaturge. 1 and a white for a 2/1 creature human wizard. Each instant and sorcery spell you cast costs 1 less for each creature it targets, and heroic, it gains hexproof. This creature gains hexproof. It's a rare.
This is everyone's favorite brew card, right? Or at least mine.
Apparently, yeah. Yeah, this.
Yeah. It's. I don't know how good this is in limited.
To me, this seems like a card that it's the piker, so you're gonna play it for being a piker with upside.
Yeah.
Your
I don't know if
Dauntless
you'd
Onslaughts,
slam it, right?
Dauntless Onslaughts costing 1. It's pretty good. But I mean, there are a lot of tricks that this isn't gonna make cheaper already, right?
Yeah, but there's also tricks if you somehow get past this after launch of fleets.
Yeah, this is the best card with Strive.
Yeah, and it makes all of the Strive cards bonkers, which is that's why I don't know. It's hard to grade this because if you get the deck where this can do work, it's insane. But I don't know if you would ever first pick this and then hope to get the correct Strive cards. I don't think it's good enough for that.
Yeah, I guess looking at it with the previous card, Aerial Formation, it goes from 1/4/7 to 1/3/5.
Yeah,
7, which is a lot better.
Still triple blue, but or 4 blue if you're going to 7.
True,
but yeah.
True.
I mean, this is definitely a fun card. I think it's sweet. It is nice that it can protect itself to a degree.
Right.
And because it can decrease costs by targets, it probably isn't even costing you much to protect it, as long as you have Strive cards or something. But
yeah, Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a card that I don't really want to draft, but
Yeah, that's why I just don't know. I didn't know
yeah,
what I would do with this if I opened it.
yeah.
I'd probably pass it, but I'd want to have it. Like I wish it would wheel. It seems like a sweet card, but
Maybe this card sees constructed play though, in the like heroic deck. There's already that heroic deck.
yeah. I
Maybe.
mean, you can target infinite things with Glimpse of Sun God too.
Again, your thing's already like it doesn't make your boons cost less. Doesn't make your Triton cost tactics cost less. It's a little.
No.
It's not great. So what'd you give this card? C range.
I gave it. I have
B-
B minus written down.
B
That was way.
minus.
That's ambitious. It doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a piker with upside. Like
Yeah, I think so.
it's probably it's a C plus, but I like it. It might breach B minus in some decks.
Yeah, if you got like a lot of things that that it works with, but still a piker.
Yeah.
Hex like the heroic ability, a lot worse than getting 1/1 counters.
Yeah. If only it did both. If it did both things,
Both.
it'd be a solid B.
That
If it
wouldn't
like
even
got
be too
larger,
good, in my opinion. Like they should have added that, but I don't know.
you don't think that'd be too good?
For a rare,
I think that might be too good.
I don't know. It's a rare.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, next card, Cloak Siren, 3 and a blue for a 3/2 flash flying creature siren.
Yeah. So it's Horizon Chimera for those of us who don't like reading.
Yeah. We're playing green.
Or yeah, we're playing green, I guess. So yeah, this is solid. I mean, that card's Horizon Chimera is amazing.
Yeah. This card's
This card
pretty
isn't
aggressive.
quite as good. Yeah, because it doesn't give you the life, but
Yeah.
it's still a Snapping Drake at flash speed, which is
Right.
pretty good.
Yeah. Snapping Drake was a pretty good card, and this card is flash. So what do you give this?
I have a C plus,
C plus. Okay. Yeah, that
probably
seems fair.
unsurprisingly. Yeah.
I feel like maybe our scale is, I don't know, maybe more cards should be in the D range.
I wanted, yeah,
Maybe
I
C
just,
should be reserved for some of the more playable cards. Not sure.
but I wanted D to be like. I think that one of the problems is this set does not have a lot of bad cards.
Yeah, I think maybe you're right. It's just there's a lot of the slightly above average cards.
Yeah, because like I think if I used the same scale when we did our Born review, I would have had a lot more Ds. Because Ds to me are cards that you will
Yeah.
only play if you really, really have to, or they're sideboard cards.
Yeah.
And we just haven't seen a lot of those yet.
Okay, so C plus fair. Next card is Countermand. 2 blue for an instant counter target spell. His controller puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into his graveyard. So counter mill 4. 4 mana. Pay
So-
an extra, and 1 more than cancel.
Yeah, or Dissolve,
Yeah.
which is in this set, or
Right.
Block rather.
And
Yeah, the Also, I think milling 4 is probably usually bad, right?
most of the time, yeah. Most in this set, I found like you want to mill yourself.
Yeah.
But-
So I don't think this card is good at all. Like I also don't like counterspells. I am heavily biased. I don't like counterspells.
I mean, I like nullify.
Say that often. I don't
like
like playing them.
Nullify.
I
I
will
don't
play.
like
I
this
will play a
card.
nullify, and I have played Scrying Hopes.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
But I
dissolve
don't-
though.
Yeah,
And
me
this
neither.
is-
And I don't want to. I don't want to hold up 4 mana
Yeah, exactly. This is even more expensive.
where milling 4 could potentially put their nemesis online too. Like I just don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in a sealed pool, if you really need an answer to their bomb, you can hope to hit it with this. But yeah, not a great card. I don't know. What do you give this? C minus, D plus?
It's C minus is what I gave it. Because I don't think people wouldn't main deck this.
Yeah.
But maybe I probably would have given myself. I'd give this a D plus. But like, I wrote C minus just because I assumed I was gonna undervalue it because I don't like counterspells.
Yeah, I don't like this counter spell. Alright, next is Crystalline Nautilus. 2 and a blue for a 4/4. Enchantment creature Nautilus. has Bestow for 5. When it becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. So it has the Phantasmal ability. And yeah, enchanted creature gets 4/4 and has the Phantasmal ability. So is this
I think
good?
I think the best. Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, your opponent has to have at least 2 cards to get rid of 2 huge things, right?
Eh,
Unless, or I guess it's completely wrecked if they have like that tapper or something.
yeah, it's just sucked that
Then
it's
it's just awful. It's
spell
worthless,
or
but, like,
ability. If it was only spell,
yeah,
still
yeah.
there
That's
are
a thing.
there
This
are a
is the
lot of
full
things that
whammy.
target in this set, and I don't know.
I think the most common use for this is going to be like on turn 6, you bestow their guy, like spark jolt it, and then get a 4/4.
That sounds awful.
It's not the worst. I don't know. Like this is probably the worst of that awkward set, awkward cycle.
Yeah, this also reminds me of like illusionary armor from the core set.
Which was okay, but
Yeah,
never
which is sometimes,
amazing.
sometimes okay. But at least
I
with
mean, there are
this-
times.
Oh, the awkward thing
there-
too is when you bestow this, they can target either the creature or the aura itself, right? And make them sack it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is read that way. Yeah, but what are they? How are they going to target the enchantment that's not going to blow it up anyway?
And yeah.
I guess there's that bounce spell
But I
that
mean,
we'll
like,
go over too.
If one's like better than the other, like if the creature you're bestowing onto is better than the 4/4, or if the 4/4 is better than the creature you're bestowing onto,
Yeah.
you get to choose. I mean, yeah, I mean this card, I don't know, it's tough to rate this card. What do you give it, like B range?
No, I
think
think it
so?
would be.
No?
You probably know what I gave it.
C plus.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, because even with illusionary armor, there were times where you'd still like enchant get in for the 4 damage that I gave immediately.
Hmm.
I still see that happening often, and then they're gonna have to answer it, right? So like, there are times where they might just not have anything,
Yeah.
but then there are also times where they could just like have something stupid, like on tap target permanent, like Kyora's Follower or something.
Yeah. If this goes unanswered, actually, it seems pretty nuts. Four
Yeah.
power for 5 and bestow. Yeah, I guess I could see it maybe creeping a little bit higher, but C plus is probably fair. All right, next is Dakra Mystic. 1 blue for a 1/1 creature merfolk wizard. It has blue and tap it. Each player reveals the top card of his or her library. You may put the revealed cards into their owner's graveyards. If you don't, each player draws a card. So you both reveal the top card, and you can choose to either both players draw them, or both players discard them. I mean, the ability is, I don't know, it's a 1/1 for one, which is, almost never playable, right?
Yeah, does this do anything? Like, I
don't
don't
know.
think this does anything. I don't see, like, I feel like the only universe this is sweet is when your cards are better than your opponent's. And if that's the case, why are we playing this card?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
don't ever want to be doing this. I don't ever want to be activating this guy. Yeah.
I think the flavor text is lying because I think the choice is as simple as leaving this out of your deck.
Choice is simple: pass it. And
Yeah,
hope that
pass it to your neighbor.
Hope that your neighbor plays it. Although you could still die to this guy if you just ordeal him.
This is true. And it is slightly better than. No, I don't even think it's better than Triton Shore Thief. And it's definitely not better than the other 1-drop Triton in this set.
I would definitely say Triton Shore Thief better than this card. Alright, next is Darien Thief, 2 and a blue for 2/3, another Eye Devils. Creature human rogue with inspired. You may exchange control of target non-land permanent you control and target permanent and opponent controls that shares a card type with it. This is a pretty sweet ability.
Yeah, it's switcheroo on a stick, right?
True, yeah.
I mean, but it's for any permanent. The I think the sweetest application of this card would be to like trade your one of your enchantments that gives a passive ability for like their bestow guy that's on the ground. Because then it's still your creature's still enchanted. It doesn't matter if they control it, right? And then you just freely stole their thing. But I mean, most of the time you're gonna trade like a 1/1 for something big or something like that when this untaps.
Yeah, like this, it's like again, a Riot Devils is good. I got what's the Riot Devils that copies instant sorcery in Theros?
Melita Charlton.
Yeah, I mean, like I always played that guy. His ability seems like it'd come up less than this guy's, right?
Yeah, this is guy, much better.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Much better might be a little overvaluing this, but I think this is insane.
Right, like he's still got to figure out a way to untap him.
Yeah, I mean, on curve it might be able to attack once on its own, and then like you just start trading stuff.
Yeah, I can see it being a little awkward though. Like, is there anything you want to trade at that point of the game?
You can. The weird thing with this card is that it can in fact trade itself.
Trade itself. Okay, yeah.
That's pretty daring of it. Just switching sides on you.
That is daring. The artwork is sweet.
Yeah,
I like this artwork. It's awesome. All right.
Yeah, I could definitely see if you have like a Springleaf Drum or something, this could easily steal the win.
Yeah. I do like these Springleaf Drum.
Yeah, it's a card for you.
So you gave this a B+.
I did. I think it's that good.
Wow.
I don't know if you think it's that good. You sound like you don't think it's that good.
I would say like B minus, but in the B range, B+ is like, you know, nearing bomb level. You think it's that good?
I think it's that good if you have a way to tap it.
Okay. So like Oracle's Insight.
Yeah, it'd be good with that card. It'd be not good if you were putting like Afar's Radiance or whatever on it. But I think I might be overvaluing this. I do think it's that good though. Switcheroo was insane.
Switcheroo was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Although Switcheroo could be bad at times, but it was never horrible.
Sometimes
it was really good.
I don't know. There are a lot of Dirtles in blue that you can just like trade your Seer, your 1/3 for like their huge thing.
Voltron.
Yeah.
So if you steal their Voltron guy that's bestowed with, you know, 1 or 2 bestowed creatures and it dies, they still get the bestow things.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to Dictate of Kruphix. 1 blue for an enchantment with flash at the beginning of each player's draw step. That player draws an additional card. So Flash Howling Mine.
So at least it is flash, right? So you get first draw.
Right. That's the key thing with this card. Howling Mine, they got the first draw.
That being said, this isn't a very good effect in limited unless you have, I don't know, if your deck goes bigger than theirs, it's probably fine. But in a format where there's so much tempo loss and like and like combat tricks, like just giving them the extra combat trick if you're on the slower deck is awful.
Right, like this is like you'd much rather have divination.
I don't
paying 3 mana to just draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I don't really see this having a place in this limited format.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever play this card.
You wouldn't standard though, right?
If there's an Owling Mine deck again, if Owling Mine came back, this deck would be sweet in it. And Owling Mine was an awesome deck. I mean, there is a sudden impact. Toil Trouble.
This is true.
But there is not an
it's
Owling
Mine.
There's not an Ebony Owl in the 2K, so... Yeah, you gave this a D. Straight
Yeah,
D.
I gave it a
Seems
D.
yeah, seems right. All right, next is Font of Fortunes, the blue font. One in a blue. They all are they all 2 mana? All the fonts?
No, they're all over the place.
You pay 2 more to sack it and draw 2. So, divination, but over 2 payments of 2 mana.
Yeah. I mean, the drawing of the cards can be instant speed. So it's like
Yeah, that's
it's like half of an inspiration. It's like almost it's like in between divination and
okay. Yeah,
inspiration.
so you could leave up mana to maybe cast something else, like a nullify.
Yeah.
Or activate this. All right.
This is definitely a playable font. I think it might be the only playable font. No, actually the Greek is fine. But yeah, so and I mean like you have the added bonuses maybe triggering a constellation. And there is a good one in blue. So
Yeah.
there's that, but
So these cards, they kind of remind me of the seals, like Seal of Fire, Seal of Doom. But those cards were good because you wanted them to sit and play until you wanted to use them. These things, like there's not
Yeah,
like a
don't
point
feel
in the
that.
game where you pop them and they're better.
yeah.
You know? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, they're much worse. I think they just didn't want to print. They probably thought the seals were too good when they have constellation in this format.
Right. This is combos with stuff because it's an enchantment.
Yeah, so they just made them bad.
Yeah. So you give this a straight C.
Yeah, it's still divination / inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always going to be playable.
Inspiration, but does not trigger inspired.
This is true.
Alright. God Hunter Octopus, next card. 5 and a blue for 5/5 creature octopus. Can't attack unless defending player controls an enchantment or an enchanted permanent.
How does? Oh, never mind. I was going to ask how the second clause is possible, but you enchant their things. I'm just dumb. How often do you think you would do that?
Like
Oh, actually, you know what
like
makes
a
this good?
pacifism?
You defang their thing, yeah, or you
Yeah,
pacify their.
that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this
It's
card.
still. I mean,
this card reminds me of Sealock Monster.
this is much worse than that, though, right?
Extra mana, yeah.
Oh, and it can't become
And
an
then
8/8.
You cannot monstrous, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a yeah. It's sweet though because it's an octopus fighting, a god. What crazy shit happening there?
It looks like it's just fighting a volcano.
Don't even know like what.
I'm not sure what it's actually doing. It's just like crawling on some rock. The rock looks enchanted though, so maybe it just got confused.
So would you put this in the D plus C minus range? What did you put this at?
I gave it a C,
Gave it a C?
because it's like vanilla wise, it's on curve, but I think I overvalued it.
Yeah. You want like Horizon Chimera 6.
Yeah,
This guy's not as good. Definitely.
I don't know why you'd ever play this. This should probably be a D.
It's probably a D.
There's just too many better things.
Yeah. Next is Hour of Need. 2 and a blue instant. Strive for 1 and a blue. Exile any number of target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its controller puts a 4/4 blue Sphinx creature token with flying out of the battlefield. So Curse of the Swine. Or
But only when
Sphinxes.
you
Curse
only
of
want
the
to target your own
Sphinx.
things. Yeah, this card's insane, right? Like, this is probably gonna end the game.
Yeah,
I feel
mean,
like on turn 5,
it
if
is
you
an
just
instant
like,
too.
yeah, like they especially like if they go to like kill your thing and you're like, oops, it's a 4/4, like.
Ah. Apparently, we're in the hour of need of Chipotle.
The hour of
Chipotle.
The hour of needing Chipotle.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right,
chair.
That's joining. So
Are there gonna be 2 Bianchis on one camera now?
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm cloning myself. We're about to be.
Is this a polymorphous rush or is this a straight
Artisan
clone?
of forms.
Artisan-
Artisan of forms.
Because I don't. I
Oh, yeah.
wish I like
Chipotle.
please don't use Polymorphous Rush, because I'd hope Matt stays for the rest of this review today.
Let's hope. Let's hope so. So would you
So
give
yeah,
this
our
card?
mead. I probably gave this like a B
A?
plus.
B?
No, I give it a B.
For which one?
I give it a B.
Hour of need. We're on.
This card's pretty good.
Yeah, this card seems
Yeah.
pretty bonkers.
It's especially good when you have like your like if you're playing
5
Sigil
mana and you get
Starfish
2
or
4/4s?
something.
That's like insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to like play this card in my opponent's attack step and blow them out and then just like
And then
Kill
kill them.
them. Kill them.
Yeah,
It didn't even
yeah
matter.
that's why I think this card's nuts. Yeah, that's exactly why.
yeah.
I'm probably undervaluing it at B, to be honest. But you do need creatures. That's the thing. Like for it to
Yeah,
be
that's
insane,
true.
you do need your Dirtles that you want to make.
You do
Make
need
bigger.
X creatures for each strive that you're paying.
I mean, I guess the dream would be you play like Sigiled Starfish or your 1/3 that scries 2 into your train that draws a card when it gets targeted.
yeah.
and then at turn 5, you get to draw a card and make 2 4/4s.
And yeah, no one wants Joe Steed to show up. No.
Absolutely
no one,
not.
No one ever wants that.
Zero want that.
Yeah, I love this card. B sounds. Yeah, I would say B plus.
Yeah, I
I'd
think
say
it's.
solid
I'm
B
gonna
plus.
change it right now in my
Yeah,
document.
for sure. I think
It's going
B
up.
plus is
It's
great.
going up right now. Yeah.
You
Alright,
got
next-
Hunter Octopus gets slammed down too.
Oof. Alright, Hubris is the next card. 1 of a blue instant. Return target creature and all auras attached to it to its owner's hand. To their owner's hands.
I mean, it's pretty good against like the Voltron of this format, right?
But see, this is what's weird about this. Is it better to have them go to their hand or better
Yeah,
for them
no.
to be on the battlefield?
In some situations, it's gonna be worse to like give them back their ordeals, right?
Yeah,
As
that's
opposed
why
to
like
Voyage's End.
That's not true. Well,
In some situations.
Yeah,
just
it's
gonna
not
be
every
strictly
case.
worse.
yeah.
But in other situations, it's gonna be better.
like imagine a situation where like your opponents like bestowed a creature, and then the next turn they bestow like 1 mana higher like creature. So they have like a dude, and so say it's like one of the green heroic fatties, right? And it's like 5 cost bestow, and then the next turn 6 cost bestow. They're tapped out,
Right,
and you
this
just like
is-
unsummon all of it.
This is like the
right?
ideal situation
Yeah.
for this card, where it's gonna be a lot better.
Yeah, that's we
But
just
there
magically
are
Christmas
gonna be
land hubris.
situations where it's not gonna be better.
That's true. I mean, I don't
Like,
think this card's
I
like
wouldn't-
insane. I think Voyage's End
It's
is
still
always better.
it's still a bounce spell, which is
Yeah.
like pretty insane in this format, right?
Right.
I'm surprised you gave this a C. I'm really surprised by that.
Like, isn't you think it should be higher?
Yeah, I would put this in the B range.
I think I was
B minus.
just too afraid of the cases where this would be
Where
bad.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
don't yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think. Are there
It
that
probably
many
is.
like non-bestow auras? I mean, there are ordeals obviously.
I mean, there's a few in this set. There's some around, like, what is it, Fearsome Temper or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. It is instant, though, so obviously you can still get them if they go to enchant something.
Right.
Not worry about it. So, yeah, maybe I'm undervaluing it. It's probably a C plus or a B minus.
Yeah, I mean, at least call it a C plus.
Especially, like, and Matt is right, like, in a situation where you return, like, you can gain so much tempo if you return an expensive bestow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And like the tempo, I mean, just that tempo alone might actually win you the game. So I'm undervaluing it.
Okay. Yeah. Next card, Hypnotic Siren, 1 blue for 1/1.
Flying.
Enchantment creature Siren. Bestow is 7. Flying, you control enchanted creature, and enchanted creature gets 1/1 and flying. So it's either a flying man or
Yeah.
mind control that gives flying.
Or spirit.
Away.
It's essentially
Yeah,
spirit away. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is a sweet split card to me, right? Like flying
Yes.
man's a card that's playable in this format if you have ordeals and shit like that.
This card's very good.
Yeah. This
Because
card's
the reason that this card's so good is it's so good in your opener, and it's so good as a top deck late game, right?
yeah. It does, and
Yeah.
Spirit Away was absolutely insane in AVR, and I
Was
feel
it?
like that effect's actually better in this format.
See,
Yeah,
I never played Spirited Away, but
no, that card was insane. That was like a lot of people undervalued that card, but like I would first pick that card. I'd win many games with that card.
Yo, Stella, I'll tell you how much people undervalued that card. One time, John had 3 in a draft deck.
It would wheel sometimes. It would blow my mind. Like I'd take like the 2/4 lifelink or something else, or like a trusted force mage because everyone has boners for that card, and like it would wheel, and I'd be like, what just happened? And then I'd beat everyone. But yeah, so I think this is even better in this format because if they do Voltron, you get everything. Like you just
yeah,
take
right,
their
you
whole thing.
just get Voltron.
I mean, obviously they bounce it, they get the stuff back, but then you get a flying man, so it's not all sorrow.
Yeah, so you gave this a B.
Yeah, it's probably better than that.
Better than that. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, next, interpret the signs. 5 and a blue sorcery. Scry 3, then reveal the top card of your library. Draw cards equal to that card's converted mana cost.
Pretty sure Stella C- is a little aggressive here. I think
You look at my grade.
I think you like dirtly cards way too
Aggressively
much.
high?
Yes, aggressively high.
Man, I don't know. I played a lot of Thassa's Bounty.
I was going to say, how do you
This
you
is
have
way
to,
better than
you have
Thassa's
to, you have to
Bounty,
compare
right?
compare this almost directly to that card though, because it's a 6 mana draw spell, right, at sorcery speed. So it's much better, I agree, but it's still 6 mana on your turn. Like, it's pretty hard in this format, right?
Okay, we're already in on playing a Thassa's Bounty. This can be worse than Thassa's Bounty, but most of the time it's gonna be way better, right?
Like, yeah, not even close better, right? Like
Yeah, not even
you
close.
set up some sort of
Scry
thing where
3
you're
is
probably
already
drawing
insane.
2 good cards,
Yeah.
and then you're drawing like 5 cards because
Yeah.
you put a plus, like a chimera or something on top.
Right, you're just like tidings, testing tidings with this card. And a little bit of card selection too.
Also, it's C- because I'm hopeful that this set slows the format down. I'm not sure if it's going to. It can go either way.
Well, hopefully you've interpreted this set correctly.
I don't know if someone's interpreted the signs correctly here, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I
So
would,
you would have this in the D range, Matt? Is that what you're saying?
you would derange this?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you now. It's probably a card I will almost never play,
Okay, yes. That
and not because I play particularly aggressive decks, right? Personally, I just always feel like tapping out at 6 mana to not do something like, lift 3 of your opponent's creatures into their hands is not that good.
See, I'd be all about splashing this card in like a blue-green or a black-green or a black-white deck, right? This is
So wait,
a
wait,
sweet
wait.
splash card.
Hold on. So are you ever going? You're going to interpret the signs on the splash
Yes, on the
into
splash.
your quarry colossus, also on the splash.
I can't wait for
Draw 7.
I can't wait for Alex to be playing black white and this be in his opener and just be like, I've interpreted the signs wrong.
So he's gonna draw 7 and then play his 5/6 at Griptides.
Yes, I'm gonna interpret the signs, reveal my 7-drop to them
Oh, you're right.
with no planes in play.
No planes to play.
Yes, you're right. All right, let's move on. Let's stop
Yeah,
interpreting
alright.
this sign.
Kiora's Dismissal is the next card. 1 blue instant. Strive for 1 blue. Return any number of target enchantments to their owner's hands. So that's only. This was actually the mana deprived spoiler for this set. Yeah, this
Two
card's
speeds
really
already.
narrow, right?
I mean,
Is it that narrow though? Like
I
there are a
think
lot
I
of.
think it's really narrow.
I don't think it's that particularly narrow. I mean, this card's gonna be unsummon most of the time. Like, it's gonna be unsummoned like.
Like you're not
50
destroying an enchantment, you're bouncing it. So it has to be something you want to bounce too.
Well, I
Right,
think when
like
this is
an
going to be
ordeal.
good is when you bounce their bestow and block their guy that attacked.
Exactly, that's also
Yeah.
really good. I mean, it
Which
can
which
be a
is
lot like
insane,
that.
especially since you can like do if you can like tap 3 blue to like bounce another thing on the ground. Like I think that's bonkers.
Yeah,
I mean that's a little bit of a dream, but that's not an uncommon scenario, right? Like
No, I think-
something's
see-
going to be bestowed often.
I agree. Like the card in a vacuum though, like Alex is saying, is bad because I mean it's narrower. But I think overall, because there are so many enchantments, so many bestow things, so many other things, I do think the card is pretty real. So C plus makes sense to me. I might, depending on you know, how this format looks, I mean, I might even read it a little higher, but yeah, that makes sense to me. Seems fine.
Yeah, this is probably better than I'm imagining it being. You gave it a C plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. I can see that, I guess. Next is Pinned to the Earth, 1 and a blue aura, and enchanted creature gets -6/-0. I feel like we've seen this card already.
I mean, it kind of has existed before.
Yeah, there's like the 3 mana -13.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, that was
And
like
there's the
you
1
know,
mana -3.
Minus mana, so this is like double that.
Yeah, but I mean, this pretty much is a removal spell for like everything in the format, right? There's like no creatures
Yeah.
that have like higher power than this, like naturally, like very few, like a couple, right?
Mhm.
And then even the ones that do, right? It's not that relevant. And this also probably is really good against like the next thing that like, you know, like it would take like 2 or 3 things bestowed on a Windsteed rider for this to like not be relevant, right?
Yeah.
So this is like pretty good.
And you can trigger your heroic on your own Wingsteed.
Wow. Yeah,
This
that's
is
real.
true. That's
Yes,
pretty powerful.
Yes, Alex Bianchi. Cannot wait for you to cast this on your Wingsteed
Ooh,
rider.
wait, no.
Pin it
No,
to
I
the
got
earth.
it.
If you pin a
Dude, like-
Wingsteed to the
Wait.
if you pin a Wingsteed to the earth, you should
So,
lose flying, right?
Why doesn't
Yeah,
it
why
say
doesn't-
creature
yeah.
loses flying?
It should
I
lose
don't
flying.
understand.
Yeah,
No, but
We got
I
flavor
got it
fail
now,
right
though.
here. Maximum
pinned
flavor
it to
fail.
We pin our own Wingsteed to the earth.
yeah.
We immediately cures dismissal our pin to the earth and then put it on their guy.
Whew. Does,
right.
I feel like Joe Steed literally lives in magical dreamland all of the time. All of the time.
What if you pin to the earth your Wingsteed rider? They think it loses flying because that's what it should do. They attack with their flyer, and then you block, and nothing happens because your guy's like a -5.
And then
Power.
you deicide your pin to the earth and blow them out.
Yes. So what do you give this card? I would put this pretty low.
I was gonna.
So
What?
you put like a C plus.
C plus. Wow. Okay.
I mean, I think it's still good blue removal, right? Like what else you
Yeah.
asking
Like
for?
blue decks in this format are like more aggressive, I think, than traditionally.
That's true.
So I guess maybe like a blue black deck would play this the most.
Probably.
But
Let's go with the next card.
all right, Polymorphous Rush, 2 and a blue, instant. Strive for 1 and a blue. Choose a creature on the battlefield. Any number of target creatures you control each become a copy of that creature until end of turn.
I'm going to go with in limited. All right, this is a limited set review, Stella. I cannot believe you gave this a C. Are you a real person? Are you real life?
Why would you
Not
not want to
real.
play
All
this?
right, this just reminds me of John loving that Footsteps card. Remember that card? It turned all
Oh,
your
the
creatures.
every
Oh, the
upkeep?
mirror.
Oh no. Okay.
What was it? Something mirror.
It was
right?
like 6 mana or something, right? And
The
like,
AVR
turn all your
card is
cards
that your
into-
time?
turn your all your cards into that card. Just like an overrun.
Is it
sometimes?
not mirror entity? It's something else. It's
Who knows? It was so
Infinite
bad, no one
Reflect-
remembers what it did.
It's an
Yeah, it's from
infinite.
AVR, though.
Infinite Reflections.
That's what
that
it
was the
Infinite
card.
Reflections,
Yeah. This reminds me of that.
Yep. One time, John made like infinite reflections of what was it like that?
Force Claw, man.
7,
It's gotta be
6
Force Claw every
trample.
time.
Force Claw.
Force Claw. Yeah. It was powerful.
But I mean, so like if you are targeting your heroic guys that get counters, and then like you let those resolve, and then they become a copy of something bigger, like that's pretty sweet. To grow them even more. Holy shit! Holy shit! The chat.
It's
All
just
Steed.
it's just Steed.
All Steed, just lines of Steed.
I do love Steed's Twitch name.
Please,
It's
someone else, just make him
powerful.
stop.
Make him stop.
What do? What do?
So, would you never play this in limited, Matt? Is that what you're telling me? That I'm stupid?
Yes, I'm telling you that you should probably rate that. Like you like rate everything a little like too loosely, I think, because you have very few Ds and there are many Ds. This is a D in limited. You don't play this card in limited.
Probably, yeah. This is probably like way worse than a threaten, and threatens maybe a C, right? What do you think about that?
Like, sure, you
Yeah,
could like
yeah,
copy
you
their
got me.
best creature, right?
got
But
me.
it's still, yeah. like you said, it seems too hit or miss to be insane. It's just pretty bad. Like this is.
If only Biovisionary was in the set.
You're
This
right.
limited
I don't know,
set.
man. I gave it a
Would be
D. I
real.
don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So next card is Pull from the Deep. Sorcery. Return up to one target instant and up to one target sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Pull from the Deep. This is like
It's
infinite.
Two blue.
Yeah, it's 2 blue. So there's like infinite other cards that like do this type of effect from all the other sets, and I think in limited, it's kind of like you probably pick this up late because no one else picks it up, and it might be okay in your deck that has instants and sorceries since you are blue. But I think C-
Yeah.
is a pretty accurate.
Really? I put this at almost unplayable. Like I would always rather have Mnemonic Wall
Whoa, wait.
than this card.
Alex Bianchi puts this almost unplayable?
Yeah.
But here's
Dude,
the
you
thing,
can get
like,
back interpret the
You
signs.
can't play this card. You cannot play this card.
Here's the thing. I
You
agree.
already have to have an instant and sorcery in your
In the
deck
graveyard.
for this to be in your graveyard for this to be, any good. This card's not good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I think C- is also aggressive. If we gave Polymorphous Rush a D, this is probably a D.
Although this card gets like an A for flavor because if you're playing this card in your deck, you've gone very
Really
very deep.
Yes. Yes.
This is true.
All right, this
So how
next
many-
card
how
is
many-
like one of my favorite
It's John
cards
Jivin.
because the art is great, the flavor text is great, and it's just great. So
The flavor text is
Riptide
great.
Chimera is 2 and a blue for an enchantment creature Chimera. It has flying, and at the beginning of your upkeep, return an enchantment you control to its owner's hand. The best flavor text ever. It just says, "I want one, Kiora." It's too powerful. The thing is actually a 3/4 flyer, right? So, I mean, we've had like Fettered Geist. What else does like this similar type of thing, right?
Yeah, 3/4 flyers for 3. There've been a lot of 3/4 flyers
For 3.
flyers for 3 in blue.
So they always have a downside, obviously. Like Fettered Geist has upkeep, right, for other creatures you control. This guy obviously has to bounce an enchantment. So I feel like this guy gets to be insane when he's insane, right? When you're just like
Yeah.
bouncing like something really cheap that draws you a card over and over again, like Annihilia's Presence or something. This guy just gets to be the nut, right? Because he's just like really well costed and he's pretty aggressive, and you get to do like the nut, right? Yeah, exactly. So like numbers is living the dream here with me, right? We're living the dream together. But also, like Alex said though, is when this guy's not good, he's really not
He's
good.
awful. He's terrible, yeah.
Yeah, the
He just
numbers,
bounces himself.
Numbers, the dream would be like Dragon Mantle, right? Cause it's
Oh
like
my god!
like the cheapest and cantrips.
And not only does it cantrip, you just give the next creature you play haste every turn. It's
Oh, Messenger
insane.
Speed?
Oh wait, no, wrong spell.
You want to play
Damn it.
Messenger Speed?
Yes, I want to play Messenger Speed. That's how you get value out of Messenger Speed. You're right. Got it. Get in there.
But I don't know. This card, I could see it being alright. I like the comparison to what was the card they reprinted in Modern Masters that you have to bounce an artifact every upkeep?
It's
Fire?
Em-
No,
Esperzoa.
Esperzoa.
Esperzoa, yeah.
Esperzoa. It's
Yeah.
also Esperzoa, but that's like totally like the draft format is actually like built around that, so that's totally different because that card
Yeah.
is actually infinite value, right? Like that card's so good.
But I mean, I could see you like trying to draft really heavy enchantment theme around. Maybe if you get like 2 of these cards
yeah.
and some serpents, Flintide.
Oh man, numbers. That's not even.
I
divination.
like Flintide Serpent a lot, so
Yeah, I mean, there's certain people that kind of like that kind of card, and then whoever Smurfykins is. The problem with Riptide Chimera is you probably don't have an enchantment unless you played like some 1/1 enchantment creature on turn 3. So if you're like
Yeah.
playing this on turn 3 on curve, it's like really bad, right? So that's the
Yeah,
only reason that
that's-
this is not
that's the
particularly good. So we'll see. Oh man,
yeah. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Did we rate?
He gave it a
give this
C.
rating?
he gave it a
Alright.
C.
Gave it
I
a
like a
C.
C because
Yeah.
it could be good, but it could be bad, right? Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
So C
I mean,
makes sense to me.
realistically, it's like a D- to a B+, right?
Right, exactly.
You do need help with this card because
Exactly.
at the worst, it's you get the 3/4 blocker on defense, and then you have to recast it next turn. It's pretty bad.
Ooh, this is definitely an Alex Bianchi card.
Rise of Eagles, 4 blue sorcery. Put 2/2 blue bird enchantment creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. Scry 1. So immediately,
Yeah.
I don't like this card because it's Talrand's invocation, but you have to
You
pay
need
2
2
for the
more.
Scry 1.
You have to pay 2 for Scry 1, which is awful.
We can't even get a cantrip for
this,
2
This
mana?
card is
Like-
too slow for
Yeah.
this format, I think. like.
I love Talon's Invocation, and that card was like almost a bomb.
That card was
very
insane.
good.
Yeah, that card was
Yeah,
insane
that card
for
was
that.
but that
But
format
adding
was
2 mana.
much slower than this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, here's the thing. So what's the rare? Obviously, we'll talk about it later when we get there. But the rare that it makes for 6 mana, right? The 6 mana, it makes 4, right?
It's 7 mana, right?
7 mana. It's still 7
Yeah.
mana for 8 power haste, right? Which is like obviously they're not flying, but it's still like insane in comparison, right? So
Also, you can
That
compare
card's
this.
not even good, I don't think.
You can compare this really easily to Horizon Chimera, and I don't know. Would you rather have this or Horizon Chimera? Like you get split between 2 bodies versus.
and you get to scry 2.
Like I almost would rather just have Horizon Chimera because I feel like against like the Voltrons, you want the bigger body.
And it's scry
But-
2, and it's easier to
I was
cast.
thinking like getting
But
blown
you
out on your
can't-
double block.
You can't pull Horizon Scholar from the deep.
Oh,
You can't.
pull.
You
Horizon Scholar.
can.
But you can pull
you can-
the eagles from the deep, though.
You can. They
Yeah,
will
you
rise
can make
out
them
from
rise.
the deep.
You're
for
right.
you.
What did you give this card? C minus ish. You gave it a C.
I gave it.
You're to see.
Yeah.
I would C
Pretty
minus
aggressive,
this
I think.
card
Yeah, C minus.
just because it's a little expensive. Um,
Also, for our next card, I can't wait to play this in standard.
Sage of Hours. 1 in a blue human wizard, 1/1. Heroic, put a 1/1 counter on it. Remove all 1/1 counters from Sage of Hours. For each 5 counters removed this way, take an extra turn after this one. This is a mythic, by the way.
Yes. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
So, first of all, you said overcosted heroic creature in most limited decks, but I mean, like, it's still like a 1/1 that has the regular, like, heroic trigger, right? For 2, which, sure, Crow and Skyguard has flying, right? So that's, like, a huge advantage, I agree. But, like, this guy's, like, potential upside is, like, really insane, right?
When are you ever getting 5
I
counters
mean,
on
you're
this?
shrinking your guy
Let's be
completely,
honest. Like,
right?
we're never doing
You're
that.
shrinking your guy completely to take an extra turn.
I
Like
suppose that's
5,
true.
like, and you've worked so hard to build up 5
Yeah,
counters.
this is literally just
You can't do
an
this,
overcosted heroic
Alright,
guy in limited.
alright,
I
alright.
don't like. I don't ever see a situation where you want to shrink it to take an extra turn.
Yeah, this is a complete trap. This is a complete trap.
I know
So many people.
I
are
know.
gonna want
I know
this.
that me and Numbers are gonna live the dream someday. Numbers and I live the dream someday, but it's fine.
It's literally gonna take you hours to build up 5 counters on this guy.
Wow, powerful.
Little hours. You're gonna
Alright,
time
sure,
out of
that's
2
fine.
matches.
Yeah,
You're gonna get 2
Yeah,
draws
C
to
minus
take
is
an extra
fine.
turn.
I would give this card a freaking D.
Probably a D. Yeah, you're right. Give this a D, Stella. As
God,
far
man,
as
you're
limited
making me-
goes, we'll see about standard. I might brew something up for standard to make this card playable.
Oh, man, anonymous
break all
user
the
4.
formats.
Anonymous user 4.
All up in my
Alright.
spreadsheet.
Alright, this next card. Moving on. Scourge of Fleets. 5 blue. Scroll down a little bit. For a 6/6 Kraken. When it enters the battlefield, return each creature your opponent's control with toughness X or less to its owner's hand, where X is the number of islands you control. So immediately, this card is never going to do what you want it to do. Like, it's going to be really hard for this card to do what you really want it to do.
Except,
Like, it's going to do some...
except
Yeah.
when you're playing mono blue.
It's going to do some shit that
It's a-
you don't
it's a
want
play-
it to do, and
So-
then it's not going to do some shit that you want it to do.
I want you to imagine casting this with 7 islands in play. So powerful.
And it still doesn't return their Voltron to bestow guy.
Yeah, it
And
still
then you
misses.
die. And then you die the turn after.
I mean, here's the thing. So this card is still a bomb, right? Like, even if this card is it says, so it's 1 more mana than, what's that,
Sea God's Revenge.
Sea God's Revenge. It's 1 more mana than Sea God's Revenge, right? But it's also just a 6/6, right? So if you cast this card and it lifts up like 2 guys, right? You still got like a ton of value, right? So I feel like it's still like decent.
I mean, as far as 6 to 7 mana sea creatures, 6 to 8 mana sea creatures in the set go, I guess
the
it's
better
higher than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Is this better than Chromo Trade?
I don't want to play any of those though.
No, it's not even close to better than Tromokratus. It's not even better
Yeah.
than Shipbreaker Kraken blows out of
Yeah,
water
that's
too.
Oh,
like the best
Shipbreaker
one.
Kraken's insane, but that's totally
Yeah.
different. But still,
Well,
Yeah.
I think Tromokratus is insane at
he gave
7
us a B
mana.
minus.
a lot of people like think that it's insane and like pick it really highly. I don't think it's that high of a pick.
Are you
Again,
talking?
because of the mana cost? Tromokratus.
Tromokrakus is awful in actual like. We're talking about if we're talking about draft, it's awful. If we're talking about like same
draft,
thing for
Seal-
like Shipbreaker Kraken, in draft it still feels so slow.
Yeah,
So I mean, it
sealed,
depends.
but
Now,
sealed, it's
I
worse.
love the number of people that want to play Sigil Starfish. This is real. This is so real.
First of all, you gave Scourgefleece a B minus?
Yeah, he's real, man.
You put this in the B range, really?
Yeah, I
You
think
mean
it's
even
good
on the lower
enough.
B
Like
range?
it can
Okay.
miss, but I think like I I'm being hopeful that the
Yeah.
format's slow enough to cast these things.
All right.
There
So-
are times where my grades reflect that the format might be too fast. There are others where I make note of it, but my grades are still a little high because I'm hopeful that this
Oh
will
my
be
God.
good.
Okay.
But-
But
Yo, what was that black card? Catacomb Slug? Is that a Catacomb Slug? Yeah, real.
the 2/6
We'll
for
get there.
5.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.
Okay, next
Sigil
card.
Starfish.
I'm not too excited about this
One
card.
in a blue creature starfish. Tap scry 1 for 0/3.
This
So-
card is actual awful, but there will be infinite people who play this card, right?
No, so what
Because-
this does? Here, let me explain what this does. This scries you to your hour of need, and then it's a Sphinx.
Ooh, you're right.
Mm.
You're right.
That's what
Scry
that's
you
what
to your
Sigil
hour of
Starfish was made. It's made to bud up into a beautiful flying Sphinx
Is that
and
still
crush your
real right
opponent's
now?
face.
All I ask for is Merfolk Looter. Please bring back Merfolk Looter. Card is the nut. This card, not so much. It is. It has a sweet name with the Scryfish. Dan is correct.
Dude, Scryfish, yeah, that's true.
I mean, they could have made this card look a little bit more like Patrick Star too. They
Oh
coulda
man,
given
there's
some
gonna be
floral
infinite
pattern
people who get that
pants.
altered. Someone said
alright,
it's
what do
someone
you-
said it's been good from testing on Cockroach Rice, but that makes no sense. What deck are you testing it in? What are
Block?
you playing? Block
No,
constructed.
still not playable.
Block Fenix. The Fenix
Block
deck.
Phoenix.
So you gave this a C
It might be
minus,
good in the Phoenix.
and you also spelled it Singild Starfish.
Singild Starfish.
Oh, wow.
It's singed somehow.
no,
Alright,
because
I
it would be
can't
a
wait.
sin not to
Oh
play
man,
it.
this
That's
is
why.
this is such a Bianchi Radishak card. This Catacomb Slug.
Yeah, Dan, if you're watching, you can just come in here and join us if you want.
Is he
It'll
watching
be
from a-
really packed. It won't be really packed in on the camera, but
Sorry.
you're welcome to. Yeah, I would give the Starfish a D plus, C minus maybe. You gave it a C minus.
You don't think this is a
Yeah.
23rd card? I felt like this was a 23rd card.
Yeah, it's definitely like a 23rd
That's-
card.
That's why I gave it because that's how I
Okay,
define a
sure.
C minus. C minus is my 23rd card grade.
Alright.
It's so weird too, cause like Omen Speaker, I actively want Omen Speaker. As
Yeah,
like my like eighth,
Not
eighth
this.
card.
Yeah.
but Omen Speaker can attack for one. This card
Yeah,
doesn't.
Yeah. It's just way 100 times better.
But which one makes the prettier Sphinx? That's the important thing.
Not sure, but I don't care.
All right, let's go. Let's go on. Thassa's Devourer, 4 and a blue for enchantment creature elemental. It's a 2/6 with Constellation. Target player
Yes.
mills 2.
This is in my mill deck. Get in every time. Oh my god,
Oh,
this card
man.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the perfect card for the Fenix deck.
And dude, it's just a 2/6. Like just insane.
Yeah, when you cast Fenix, you get to mill 2 with the trigger
Oh man, I didn't even give this a D. I'm so bad.
for Devourer.
No, it's playable. It's like Catacomb Slug was playable. That's what this is.
Catacomb Slug was way overplayable for me.
Yeah.
Easy to cast, blocks everything.
I mean, yeah, I mean the power and toughness for that card is like really relevant. Like it's very like it's the butt is so
It's big.
high, right? The butt.
Yeah, like we said before, milling. I guess you can mill a target player, so okay. You can mill yourself with this. It's a little
Yeah,
better
so
than
maybe
I
you're in
thought it
some
was.
weird bug deck. Some
Right,
weird
with
bug graveyard
Fracas
situation.
Menders and Mnemonic Walls.
And that new
And
spider.
a new cold creature we'll get to, yeah.
Whew, so hot.
And Night Howlers. But, I think this card's a fine body, right? In a defensive body. You gave this a C minus.
Yeah, I don't know how often you want a 2/6 in this format.
Hmm.
Which is the only reason it's a C minus instead of like a
yeah,
C.
right. Like,
Man.
But-
like things actually get big enough to attack through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, a C minus is fair, I'd say.
We should name this the Double Asian Stella set review.
All right, you wanna read the next one?
Sure. All right, this card's awful, but let's go with Thassa's Ire. Just a blue for an enchantment. Has 3 and a blue. You may tap or untap target creature. Now, I definitely. Oh, this is gonna be great. Yes, yes, please do this.
But what's happening?
Oh, something great is about to happen.
All right. Yeah, Thassa's Ire. This card is a little overcosted. The tap
The ability.
activation. For,
Well, it only
for my
costs one.
liking.
How can you say it's overtapped?
The activation.
Yeah, no, the activation's ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, so did they just see the Riku of 2 reflections?
You finally caught up.
yeah.
Oh, powerful. So powerful. So, this card could potentially be okay, right? But I think I agree with Stella's assessment where they're really bad. Where this card is really bad because it's overcosted, right? But the thing is, there's got to be like certain decks or maybe like a certain archetype where this card is pretty good, right?
At least you can untap too, so which makes it a little better.
Yeah.
Just go off with Inspired and pseudo vigilance. Threaten to untap something and block.
The other thing about this card, not only with like the inspired and stuff too, right, is so if you ever get to make the nut blue green deck, right? So imagine like tapping and untapping like multiple like those like 1/4s that tap for like your green devotion and stuff, right? Just go off and like make 1,000,000 mana. It'd be like really sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I
you
would
guys
put this pretty
alive?
low.
All right.
Yeah, he put it a D plus. I think I agree with that. I'm just saying that someone's gonna live the dream someday, and it'll be great. But otherwise,
Yeah.
oh, this is
Think about
that's
any title.
powerful. Yes, yes, with Radachak of 2 reflections. Stream title is
Alright.
OP.
Error updating broadcast.
All right,
Yeah, this card's shit.
all right.
Next card.
Next card.
Triton Cavalry. 3 and a blue for a 2/4. So this is a Pillarfield Ox. It's a Merfolk soldier. With Heroic, you may return target enchantment to its owner's hand. I like this card. I like Pillarfield Ox with decent upside. Right?
I think this card's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other Pillarfield Oxes in this set that I would probably rather play, but it's fine.
Really?
In blue? Is there a blue?
You really you don't think this is like the best one?
I'm gonna go with the one that untaps and makes you a flying 2/2 is really good.
Yeah, but that card's like I call that card like a bomb though.
Yeah, I mean like
I mean, this is
That
also
card
an
is-
uncommon.
Airy
you're right.
Worshippers.
That card is
Airy
better than
Worshippers.
this.
I'm
I
saying this
think
card is
this
also
card-
uncommon. So what
I think
I'm
this
saying
card is a
that I would
bomb.
rather be casting that 2/4 for 3 and a blue.
I think when just the threat of being able to bounce things at any point by targeting this,
Yeah,
and
this-
also just bouncing stuff to get in, I think this card
Here's
is
the
really
set.
good.
It says target enchantment, right? So this is equally as narrow. This heroic trigger is equally as narrow as what you were talking about earlier with Thassa's whatever, like the bounce and enchantment for 1 mana, the bounce and enchantment
Yeah.
unsummon. Like this is exactly the same ability, right? So if we called that narrow, then this is also that exact amount of narrow.
But I don't know how like we said before though. I don't know how narrow that's actually going to be
I
in
don't.
this format.
Here's the thing. I don't disagree, but also the other thing too is with this particular guy, he's also not getting any bigger when you do the heroic triggers. So there's only like certain things that are going to be all that good to put on him, right? Sometimes it'll feel bad to like just like use this guy as opposed to something else that's more relevant, right? Also, the card that is always just like insane for me is Wave Crash Triton, and I would much rather be tapping things down than bouncing
This is
them.
true.
So,
You don't have to tell me that.
B minus is fine. I might even say C plus, but it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
the stats for the card by itself are good, and it just has only upside, right? The heroic trigger is only
Yeah.
upside.
I like C plus enough. Yeah, it sucks that you can't just go infinite with this card and bounce the thing that you target with. Bounce your fate foretold, right?
Oh my god, infinite.
That'd be ridiculous.
If
Yeah,
you-
I would say more of a C plus than a B minus. It's just me,
That's fair.
but yeah, I'll probably play this guy a lot because I like blue. Blue is like one of my favorite colors in the set. So.
Oh man, this is my new next favorite card.
All right, Triton Shore Stalker, 1 blue, 1/1, unblockable, basically. Basically a tormented soul.
It is Tormented
Blue.
Soul, but
I
the number this card is actually insane. You realize that, right? Like this card with Ordeals is insane, right? This card with like all these other things, right? But like
This card's just asking you to put an ordeal on it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this card is begging you for an ordeal, right? Like I feel like what would you rate favored hoplite? Like an A minus?
I
What?
wouldn't give it
No.
an A at all.
They're nowhere
B
near that
range?
high. Yeah, he's like B
B
minus.
range? Yeah.
He's like a B plus, right? I mean, he's pretty good. He's definitely first pickable depending on your pack.
All right, this card isn't actually that much better than Charging Badger, though, right?
It's
It's
much better than
not,
Charging
like-
Badger.
It's maybe a letter grade higher than Charging Badger, but Charging Badger is like an F in my book.
Yeah, that's
So-
real. I haven't played a Charging Badger yet. I've played Infinite Sedge Scorpions, right? And that card's insane. But this card's not Sedge
Yeah.
Scorpion, so
But,
no, still,
like-
that was probably right. It's probably a C
I would
minus.
never play Charging
Yeah,
Badger.
look, 'cause to me, like Flitter Step, when Flitter Step fell off, that usually felt really bad. Like,
Yeah, except
Granted,
when
that
did
costs
you ever
one more to play vanilla,
But here's
but,
the thing:
like,
you've
it
never
was
played
still-
Flitter Step Eidolon not on turn 6, right? That's when it feels really bad to have a 1/1 unblockable. But if it feels pretty good to have a 1/1 unblockable on turn 1, and like you said,
Only if you have
lava axe them,
pull-ups.
right?
I do
Yeah.
like you use Lava Axe, which begs the comparison to Suntail Hawk.
Yeah, man. Suntail Hawk
It-
gets
it
there
is-
sometimes, man.
that's what this card is. It's just like it is in a format where you might want this card because there are a ton of things to
Right,
yeah,
enhance
exactly.
this up.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying this card is probably a C.
This is a bad card that I'm gonna
Yes.
lose to
Yes,
This
this
is
is
one
a
of
bad
those
card.
bad cards.
This is a bad card that you're gonna lose to many times.
if I don't have the Spark Jolt. Alright, let's go to Warwing Siren. 2 and a blue for 1/3 flying and heroic 1/1 counter.
This card is very good.
Yeah,
It's
this
Wingseed Rider.
this
Yeah.
is a sweet defensive body, and then gets big.
And
I like it.
And
Guess
the art
who's-
is fantastic.
Guess who's gonna take too many of this card? I am.
What was it? Griffin Sentinel, the 1/3 flyer
Like,
vigilance.
yeah, the card's real.
I loved Griffin Sentinel.
I like
as a
that card.
defensive
No,
creature.
so I
This
probably
card's
I'm
fine.
gonna say
mean,
I
this
feel like
card's
I undervalued.
Here's the
at B
thing.
minus.
Just because
You undervalue at B minus. You think like a solid B?
Yeah. Well, it's basically Wingseed Rider for blue, and it's like it's
is.
not double blue.
it is, and it doesn't
And-
matter. The actual thing is the one toughness I would almost prefer over
better,
the
right?
over the not, right? So this card's actually really
Yeah, I
good.
think it's better. Yeah, that's why I wrote B minus, and then I wrote that because I was worried I was gonna overvalue this card because you know how much I like Wingseed Rider.
Yeah, this card's insane. No, this card's
Yeah,
definitely.
but yeah.
Well, whatever you would rate Wingsteed Rider, it's definitely what this card is. So I'd say like B plus.
And this card is just gonna
Yeah,
like,
it's probably a B or B
get
plus.
picked up by like
Gonna go
everyone
B.
in blue, so it's gonna be hard to get this card.
Yeah, definitely
The
minimum.
blue
would be-
red decks, blue black decks, the blue white decks, all gonna want this. Maybe not the blue green deck, but this is a very good card.
Well, I don't know. Blue green heroic's probably a thing now, right?
I mean, you already have all the green guys that are like better to target with this than this, right?
Are they? Well, I don't know. You want redundancy still. Like you're
Yeah,
not.
That's true. You want more three mana heroic dudes.
I mean, if you're playing like 10 combat tricks, you want your other like 13 cards to be heroic creatures. So there's that.
I think the green heroic guys actually aren't like that good, but yeah, this guy's very good. I would say solid B. You said B. You said B minus.
I
and then changed it
I
to a
said B
B.
minus because I was worried. Yeah,
Yeah.
I changed it to a B.
Okay.
Yeah,
next,
B is good.
Next guy, Whitewater Naiads, 3 blue for enchantment creature nymph for 4/4 constellation. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. This card seems very good to me.
This
Yeah.
card, I would compare this card very closely to like Air Elemental, right? Because you help yourself get in the turn that you play this card with something else, right? And then after that, like anything else that you play after that is just like gives you extra value. And unblockable is actually better than flying, right? I mean, like obviously you don't
Yeah.
get it all the time, so that's like the main issue. But like imagine like a situation where you like play, what is it, Stratus Walk after this, and you make one guy flying and you make something else unblockable and you just like kill your opponent, right? Like that'll probably happen like a decent number of times with this card. So I think this card's pretty good, and the stats are just solid in blue, right? So it's like decent. So I mean I think your first assessment is pretty good. I think like B minus C plus is good, because this card's obviously not good all the time, right? And the more enchantments that you have, the better it is. So it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I like this card a lot.
Yeah, I'll definitely end up playing this card. This is like my type of card.
It's a very aggressive Constellation trigger compared to like that white one.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Right.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
pretty
why I
similar
didn't-
one.
Yeah, I didn't think the white one was very good. I do
Yeah,
think
yeah.
this one's good.
Yeah. All right. You gave this a B minus C plus.
Yeah.
think it's
I would
pretty
lean
accurate.
toward B minus more than C plus.
Yeah,
I like this card.
I definitely think that his rating is pretty accurate though. It's not bad. Stella did a good job.
All right. So we're done with the blue. What do you want to do, Stella?
I can continue, but I'd like to take a quick break if we are going to continue.
Yeah, we could take like a 10-minute break and then spend another hour doing the black, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Take a quick break
Oh
then.
man, we actually have 18 people
Right.
watching. That's not real.
All
Maybe I get to eat my burrito now.
Yeah, get that burrito.
right, quick break time.
Be right back.
Burrito. Yeah.
I have to sign up for the privilege too, so I can get white.
I already did. Probably full. It's probably full. I already did. Yeah, when you're going over the white cards, where you're just like, yeah, this card's OP.
We're just like, wow, there's like, they're all in a row, they're all good. There's only 2 bad ones that we saw out of all the white cards.
It's informative, it's fun, I like it.
Do you think I added to it or took away from joining it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a different perspective on
I
it.
think we look like we go through reflections.
Yes.
Close enough.
Yes. So helpful.
So how's it going? How's life?
It's good. I'm running against combo. You guys, Bane, Banefire? If you pay 5 or more mana for Banefire, it becomes uncounterable.
Yeah.
So I just kill my opponent on like turn 3 every time.
Wait, what format is this?
5. Turn 1, Faithless Looting.
Okay.
Turn 2, Heartless Summon.
Okay.
Turn 3, Granius.
What was that? You have to draw a Granius. You have to find your Granius.
So the Faithless Looting score, shitty.
It's still a 3-card combo.
Yeah, fine.
2-card combo? There's already a really good 2-card combo in there.
Yeah, but it has to be on turn 4. This is turn 3.
That's pretty early to find three specific cards.
Yeah, that's why you have Faithless Looting. Also, so Heartless Summon makes us just cost a red.
Yeah.
So you play it for a red, you return it for a red, right?
Right.
And you get 2 in a red, right?
So you can just,
Play it for a red, return it for a red.
yeah.
Right?
Do that 3 times, pretty much. Is that what you do for the Oh, okay.
Banefire
Oh, okay.
is X,
Yeah.
red, red.
What does that stand for?
X damage, this X damage for a creature or player. If you paid and X is 5 or greater, it's uncounterable.
That's, I love it.
Got iced tea if you guys want it.
Yes. I have to buy some local egg spread with pepper stuff.
Make sure you buy twice as much ice cream as you normally would.
Yeah.
I will,
Shit's so good. God damn it.
I'll pay you for it.
It's gonna be awesome. I get to go to pre-release Sunday. And I have Monday and Tuesday off. I have a freaking 3-day weekend coming up.
Where are you releasing on Sunday?
I'm going to Dark Horse tomorrow. It's the only one I can actually get to. Hopefully gonna play white. Oh, thank you, sir. Yes.
All the way back.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you took a picture of this for KYT.
response was great too.
You're gonna do a draft tomorrow?
The end of all the gods reviewing on that.
Let's introduce.
I was gonna ask you guys. It was on Thursdays. So I'm off on Thursday.
I usually just go home on Thursday. Nothing to do, but why? You're off on Thursday?
Yeah, so we're gonna get you cleaned up. I'll see you nights.
So the other half is that review? Yeah. Also,
Yeah, it cards.
yeah, I'm
I say that every time. I know.
Thursday.
Yes.
I'm free till like 2.
No, that's perfect. You know, I'll be off once I get some coffee.
Not actually free all day, but free at night. Yeah, obviously I know. I'm not too worried about it. Dan and I can handle it.
Yep. Always have something
Oh, Nancella's back. All right, we're good, right?
I'm here.
All right, I can man the chair if you want to eat.
Yeah, go ahead. Be careful, that ear thing on my headphone just like falls off randomly.
The
It
ear
doesn't
thing?
stick on. The pad thing
Sounds
just like
good.
comes off.
Oh, okay. Oh, so powerful. All right, time to look at all the Ereboses.
Yeah, we don't have Qdoba anywhere near us, so I don't even know. I can't compare them at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing against Qdoba, but
Who is D. Husing? Do we know this guy, or just like some sweet viewer that
I
just
assume no one.
randomly decided to join us? I'm a fan.
Shall we begin? The black?
Sure.
So powerful. Alright, I guess we'll go with here. Agent of Erebos. 3 and a black for an enchantment creature zombie, 2/2. And Constellation, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. So,
So this ability almost never relevant in the set, right?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, unless you just happen to be playing the black-green deck.
The black green guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing John
Which you're
Jay.
already in black, so it's most likely that your opponent's in black green.
I feel like this is maybe at best a standard sideboard card of some sort against the dredge deck.
Like a pod target,
Ooh, a pod target. Ooh,
right? Because it's one-sided.
Oh, maybe.
yeah, it could be a pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Ooh, that's insane, actually. Wow. Holy God.
It's not insane,
Oh, you're right.
but
Sorry, this is kind of like
there's some utility to it,
it's kind of like playing Bajuka Bog in your deck, right?
right? There's some utility in constructed, but in this limited set, bad.
Yeah. So this is not that relevant and limited, so we're just gonna say this is Dan Stella's initial. I think. So does D mean like unplayable?
Do you mean sideboard?
All right, sure.
Like strictly sideboard.
Okay, it's fine.
I think we said everything we can about this card unlimited, so we have to talk about it in constructed. Creature type zombie, probably the best creature type to be if you're a black creature, right?
Pretty good.
Next to like vampire. So. What? Why are you laughing? I've been trying to be serious about this card.
So serious.
Graveyard Hate is good in constructed formats.
All right. So moving on to the next card. Aspect of the Gorgon. 2 and a black for an aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3 and has Death Touch. Well, I mean, I like this card a lot. I think it's pretty good,
This reminds me of Divine Blessing or whatever that card is.
but strictly
Yeah,
better
Death
because
Touch
it has
for
Death
1/1
Touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like the card, but I think your assessment of it is okay. I think C- is kind of accurate. I mean, like this card could be like
It's
really
a normal
good.
aura, right?
I mean, like the fact that it gives so much butt power is like really good, right?
Bot power, yeah. It doesn't cantrip though. I just
Yeah, you're right. But at the same time, some of the cantrippy auras are like feel expensive sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of those things too. Oh, look at Drazak is back. But
Aren't
yeah,
there like wouldn't you still rather like aren't there more games where Grizzly transformation does a lot more than this ever will? Like this does fit in other decks, but
yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with your assessment of it. A C minus like sounds right to me. Like, I don't think this is that great, but personally, I like it. So,
yeah.
this next card is actually the nut. So,
Yeah, this card's sweet.
Crazed Hoplite, 1 in a black for a creature human soldier. Heroic, he has the normal +1 counter heroic trigger, but he also has, whenever a counter is placed on him, remove a counter from target creature and opponent controls. So, I mean, he's already a 2-power bear, 2-drop, 2/1 for 2, which is fine. And he has the regular heroic ability, which is also fine. But then, it's just insane in the heroic mirror, right?
Yeah.
Like, this just sounds awesome. Like, black-white
It's
heroic.
also sweet because his heroic doesn't have to trigger for his second clause to actually happen. You can get counters from other places.
That's true, too. So, I mean, I do like that a lot.
How many times is like Keepsake Gorgon gonna get monstrous, and then the counter gets removed by this guy, and then both people are just gonna like forget that the Keepsake Gorgon got monstrous, and he's just gonna re-monstrous the Keepsake Gorgon and kill something else.
And get a game loss, right?
Hey, they
No,
both
that's
forget.
just a
You know,
warning,
they're just like, ah, that Gorgon.
If they both forget.
That
that's-
Gorgon's
that's what it is.
blank. It's not been monstrous.
That's Gorgon. That Gorgon's
Alright.
blank.
Yeah, Defusing 23 is my hero. Blood Craze Hoplite is my standard project. I like it. It's my hero.
Yeah, I'd say this card not so much in standard.
But
But-
yeah, no. I think
It might be better than a
C
C
plus. Yeah, I think it's like a
That's
B
not bad.
minus. I mean, if you think Brain Maggot's a B minus, so this card has to be a B minus.
If this card could remove counters from Planeswalkers,
It
it'd be
can.
a lot sweeter.
It would be. Yeah, it would be.
Like,
But it's not.
It was a Hex Parasite.
Parasite,
Hex
yeah.
Parasite or Vampire
It's
Hex
not that
Mage.
card.
Even so, you have to like target this thing. So
So, next card, Brain Maggot, 1 in a black for enchantment creature Insect. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand, and you choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card until Brain Maggot leaves the battlefield. So it's another one of those like fixed cards that already exists.
Bone Shredder.
Yeah, it's a
or whatever that card
Mesmeric
is.
Fiend.
It's a Mesmeric Fiend.
Mesmeric Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tidal Scholar.
Tidal Scholar, same trigger, but just slightly different. So, people think this card is good. I'm gonna tell you now that I think this card is bad. It like doesn't really do anything, right? It's a 1/1. It's not going to be attacking or blocking if you want that card to stay underneath it. So it's pretty much like. And then when they remove it, especially if they remove it for like we're talking about limited here. We're not talking about like standard. Standard, this card might be real insert some kind of deck or something, right? But like if we're talking about limited, this card's like really bad. Like when they scour the sands and like 2-for-1 you and they get their card back too or something like that, it's like super bad. So I think this card is like borderline. It's playable, but it's like it's like for me I would have a hard time playing this card assuming that I'm gonna like not get much out of it. So like I don't know what made you feel like you was like obviously I understand what you wrote, like information. It only eats the card temporarily, right? So if this thing dies they still get it back, so you're not actually 1-for-1ing them in any way.
Yeah, I
generally,
mean,
like, hit the card and
Tidehauler
cancel it.
Scholar is probably why I rated this so high, because that card was very, very good in both Modern Masters and Alara Block.
Well, there's like multiple reasons for that, right? Because like
I know, I understand. Like that, it's definitely that card is definitely a lot better than this with all the given circumstances.
like that, and like also the fact that they like the card, once you have the information, that card being able to attack for 2 is insane, right? So that card
Yeah.
attacks way harder, right? Like this card does not attack ever, right? In the very sad possibility that you might get blown out and in any way, shape, or form, and they get their card back and you get nothing. So I don't know. I personally don't like this card that much for limited play. And then especially since like there's like more removal in this new set, right? And there's just like infinity more removal otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think this card. This
I
card's
would
okay.
put this second in the C range.
Yeah,
You said B minus.
I definitely
I'll
say
move it
C.
down.
I like this card enough. Again, on blue black control deck or something like that. But Like the 1/1 body is pretty insignificant.
Yeah. So the next card here is Cast into Darkness. 1 and a black for an aura. Enchanted creature gets -2, -0, and can't block. Now this card is pretty. You rated it pretty low. I think the can't block is like. I actually think this card is very good.
Just because it says can't block on it.
Oh, 100%. If it just said -2, -0, then this card's irrelevant. It's really bad. Right? But, so, basically, think about this card as like a tempo card, right? Because number one, you, like, if there's an aura that just said, like, enchant target creature, it can't block, that's, like, almost as good as, it's, like, 50% of a pacifism, right? And that's pretty good, right? But then, this card also gives it -2, -0. So, like, say, for example, you put it on their 4/4 that was going to block either of your 2/2/2s, right? Now they have to attack with their 4/4 because they have no other choice, but it's now a 2/4, and you're still racing them, and it's still better for you, right? Like, I think this card is definitely better than a D+. Like, I am 100...
What was?
What?
Oh, I was gonna say what was the card in M13? There was a card that was 1 black that gave -1/-1 and made it so it couldn't block, right?
I thought there was, but...
I'm trying to look for it and I can't think of the name.
I think you're right. Yeah. It was like.
And I didn't think that card was
Wolf
ever
Flesh or
good.
something
Like
like
I
that?
never wanted to play that.
Oh, that was Avacyn.
Avacyn had Ghoul Flesh, right?
Yeah, that made it a zombie. M13 had something else.
I don't know. This card, it kind of forces them to race, right? Either like forces them to race or just makes it so they just flat out can't attack with it. But it's sweet against like Sedge Scorpion and Baleful Eidolon.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like I said, it just like it makes it so their bigger dude that was going to block your smaller guys like just can't, and they're forced to race with it, and you're making it smaller too, which is just very desirable, right? And like Drazak is saying, like this card is like insane, and if you're playing this just like the black aggro deck, I think this card is pretty good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you enchant your own. Again, you enchant your own Hoplite.
Enchant your own hoplite. This guy is real. All right, so, any luck still finding that card?
Nope.
No, I thought it existed too. I was trying to remember it.
No,
so
it,
hard.
100% it exists. The problem is like I can't get Ghoul Flesh out of my brain, so I'm never gonna find this one.
Keep going. I'll look for it.
Okay. All right. Well, I definitely rate this way higher than a D+. I'm telling you now, I probably rate this like a C, straight C. But it really depends. I guess like here's the thing, like you and I like play like different kinds of decks, right? Like I don't know if I'd ever see you playing the black aggro deck, right?
No, I never would.
Probably never. Which is why you'd rate this card very low. But you're gonna. I'm telling you now, you're gonna lose this card many times.
I found it. By the
Yeah,
way.
no, I
It's
probably
called-
undervalued it.
The card's called Crippling Blights. And I liked that card a lot in M13.
Yeah, there it is.
So Crippling.
Yeah, I didn't think it was very good.
I liked it a lot. I mean, it wasn't as great. I think this one's better because it's the -2 is more relevant.
I think Blight was way better just because it could outright kill X once.
It could outright kill Vex ones, that's true. However, the reason I think Cast into Darkness is better is because enchantments are better in this set, period, right? Like, all enchantments are going to be better in this set, and also, like, the -2 is relevant, so I think this card's pretty good. You don't have to change your rating if you don't feel the same way, though.
I can up
So
it
they
to a C
printed-
minus. I mean, it's fair that if we up the grades to somewhat what we said, and if you guys add notes to this later too, we can like post it somewhere on Dark Forest site or something.
Sounds good. Alright, the next card is Cruel Feeding for just a black, instant, but it also has Strive. Cruel Feeding costs 2 and a black more for each other target. Any number of target creatures each gets +1 and lifelink until end of turn. This card is probably, I would say, as far as like, I don't know how.
Ben hit it on the head. It's Cutthroat Maneuver. They reput in Cutthroat Maneuver, but then
For an extra black, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like slightly better. They also don't get the toughness, so it's like less it's less good in like
Oh, I forgot that I even did that.
yeah, it's +1/+1.
Cutthroat maneuver was so bad.
Yeah, cutthroat maneuvers was like less than optimal. So this card's like a racing card. This card is, I mean, the strive mechanic is just made for heroic, right? So like that's actually like an
Yeah.
upside. So I mean, I agree. Like Cruel Feeding's probably a C. I like the card a lot, but it's like the strive is pretty expensive. It's very rare you're ever casting this for 7 to get 3 guys. And how for 7 mana would you cast a card that costs 7 mana and said 3 target creatures get +1 and lifelink, +1/+0 and lifelink until end of turn? I probably would never play that card, right? But because the card's flexible, you can do it for 1 black, or you could do it for 4 for 2 creatures, or 7 for 3 creatures. Then it makes sense to play this card. So I think C is fair, and it's not really any better or worse than any other like heroic triggering card that you could play. Like
No.
what's that? Mortal Adore is the white just 1 mana for +1
Yeah.
+1 in lifelink. Like I play
And
that card
lifelink,
all
yep.
the time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the toughness is pretty huge.
That's particularly why this got a C. I also think that the cutthroat maneuvers and this card get slightly better because
Please don't
of Blood
post that
Crazed
title.
Hoplet being common.
Yo,
Like black now has a common good heroic
Keep going,
spell,
Stella.
good heroic creature.
yeah. Yo, D Huising, why don't you just like link us a link us like a deck list instead, or like take a picture. So Dictate of Erebos. So not including that this card is going to be like the casual nut. I mean, the reason that this card is playable and limited in comparison to like any other effect like this that was probably less playable and limited, the fact that it's like it has flash. And I don't think that your opponent can play around this card unless when they don't know you have it. Like if this is the first time that you're casting this card is going to snap be a blowout. You can't send pictures, but you could like put the picture on.
You can link to the picture. It's fine.
Yeah, you can send a link to the picture.
We will allow it.
So you have to put it on Imgur or something. So anyway, I think this card is pretty insane the first time that you cast it, right? Like you make like really bad blocks,
Yeah.
and then their entire board dies too, right? Like this card's
I
actually
could
nuts.
see it being insane there. You get
And then
You
they
make,
have to
like,
play
2
around something
trades.
that's super obnoxious the entire rest of the game. Like,
Right. So this card the card's very good. I agree. B is very like. Here's the thing. If I see this in a pack, I'm definitely first picking it. This card's insane.
yeah,
But-
that's what I think. That's why I gave it a B. I
Yeah.
don't think like I do agree that it's play aroundable, which is why it's not like A range, but it's pretty insane, especially with the flash.
So I'm saying like the first time that you use it like as a combat trick, and then also later on like in game 2 or game 3 when you use it as a combat trick, that's when it's like the biggest blowout, right?
Yeah.
Like that card's insane. If that was just like an instant that said that, right? Like what if it was just an instant that said exactly what it says, right? It'd still be really good, right? It probably just wouldn't be a rare, but the fact that it's enchantment sticks around afterwards is just like the nut. So I agree that's a B, and I agree that this is insane. So that card is just the nut if you build around it, right? The
also,
next,
like printed to be a multiplayer card, so it's kind of cool that it's gonna be. Well, it could be good
yeah, it could be good in like two-headed giant,
different-
two-headed
Yeah.
champio.
in normal, limited, and
Two-headed champion.
EDH or whatever.
Yep, it could be good. Oh well, yeah, this card's gonna be sick in EDH. We wait. Where's Steet? Where's Steet in the chat? I'm surprised he didn't just like come over here, but what a troll. Anyway. All right, so moving on to the next card, unless Steet comes back.
I don't watch Steet.
That's true, but I'm just saying we want Steet in the chat. So next card is Doomwake Giant, 4 and a black for enchantment creature giant. It's a 4/6, so already has okay stats for a 5 mana guy. Constellation, creatures your opponent controls, or opponents, so it's also a multiplayer card. Get -1/-1 till end of turn. So it's all creatures, but it's also not global. So that's pretty good. This is the promo too, right? I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
this
it's
is the
the
black
black
promo. Like
Yep.
the cost for the size of the card is actually solid.
It's good enough, yeah.
And then the upside is just very high, right? The upside is like insanely high.
If you ever cast 2 enchantments in the same turn, it's like, as the game is the game not over? Like I feel like the game has to be over.
The game's probably over because of 2 reasons. Number one, you can just attack into their tiny dudes. If
Yeah,
they,
because
if
they're
they
yeah,
even lived,
exactly.
right? So yeah, you're right. So this card's it's actually pretty nuts if you get to do that. Yeah, and I agree with your assessment that the body fits on curve and the ability could be devastating in some decks. Yep, I agree.
The fact that it's only your opponent's creatures.
Yeah, the fact that it's
Makes it-
one-sided
Yeah.
is just insane.
I thought it was all creatures. I'm like, this card's like.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be very good if it was 2-sided.
Yep. So that's all set here. Next one, Dreadbringer Lampids. 4 and a black for an enchantment creature nymph. It's a 4/2, so it's like poorly costed or mid-range costed. It has Constellation. Target creature gains Intimidate until end of turn. So with the high like power, right? It's pretty good. As far as like the effect, right? The giving Intimidate. So if you
Yeah.
like the next enchantment you cast after this guy, you give this guy Intimidate and get in for 4. It's okay, but I think there are better creatures than this card. So it's like
I mean, this is just strictly worse than the blue one, right?
uh,
Which does essentially the same thing but
does-
better with a
does-
larger body.
exactly, and it costs the same, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I agree. All right, we're here to one of my next favorite cards because the art is so great. So Extinguish All Hopes. 4 and a black, 4 black. So 6 mana for a sorcery. Destroy all non-enchantment creatures. So we can first go ahead and say that this card joins the ranks of, and it's not better than, Merciless Eviction. It's not better than Planar Cleansing.
Yep.
It's not better than Faded Retribution. And it's, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty bad. Mostly pretty bad. And as far as limited goes, this is like one of those things where like, so your opponent has like like you can play, it's the same thing as like having like a Day of Judgment effect in your deck. Like you can play around it and your opponent can't, you know what I mean? Like not they if they don't know about it. So
Yeah.
here's the problem is because it's very specific, right? To say like non-enchantment creatures. But in limited, what if your opponent just has all enchantment creatures?
Exactly. Yeah, and
So
this still costs 6, right? And 6 is a little slow in this format for a sweeper if you're trying to play around it yourself.
Right. Whereas
Like,
whereas you could like kind of derp around and try to play around like if you like played Faded Retribution in your deck or something, you know. But like this is just like really bad.
Yeah, there are a lot more enchantment creatures too now too, so it's like harder to sandbag this and get advantage.
Yeah, but Jazak, you're wrong because what if your opponent just has all enchantment creatures? Then it's really bad.
I mean, they're not gonna have all enchantment creatures, but
Or-
they're
or
gonna
either-
have some.
They could very easily have more enchantment creatures than you, so this could be very bad. So it's
yeah.
I think it's just being a wrath effect. It deserves higher than D plus. I think it's.
I just
I don't know.
I
if
just
it's
don't like it
higher
costing
than D,
6
though.
and
Pretty-
I
not
think it's
doing what
somewhere
you
in the
want it
middle.
to. Like it just
so
the risk you run of it being worthless is just I wouldn't want to main deck this ever.
Oh, extinguish? Yeah, never one time. Also, you're so Malruz just said, I'm pretty sure if it's bestowed, it wouldn't die though, which is a huge downside. Well, if the creature itself is not an enchantment creature, then it would die. So that does that's not relevant. If it's bestowed, it doesn't make it an enchantment creature. It's still just a regular creature that has an enchantment attached to it. So bestowing has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's enchanted, it's not an enchantment.
Exactly. All right, so next we'll go with Feast of Dreams. 1 and a black for an instant. Destroy target enchanted creature or enchantment creature. So this card is like a straight, like, I mean, it's like probably one of the best removal spells in the set, right? If not the best for limited.
Yeah. I don't
That's
see this missing very often or being unable to target something.
Like ever? I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
like-
I think this card's pretty good. It's all like I don't want to call it Doomblade, but it's probably pretty close, right?
Yeah. I mean, in this format, it's like better than Doomblade because it's just better than Doomblade, right?
The only thing that sucks about this card is with like Voyage's End, you can blow out in response to the aura,
If it's a non-bestow.
so they can still get their heroic trigger or their cantrip trigger.
Yeah.
But it's still this card's still really ridiculous, right?
Yeah, this card's actually insane.
It's common.
All right. So, I would put this as like a B plus. Like,
Yeah, I only put it a B because it can still miss.
like
That's the only reason.
the likelihood for it to
I
miss.
agree.
The likelihood for it to miss when it needs to be relevant. Like what like non-enchanted creature are you gonna be like that worried
I mean,
about?
they're just
right?
like Nessie and Asp and not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the exact one. That was
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what
the
I
exact
thought
one
about,
that you
was
thought of.
Nessie
Yeah,
Nest.
that's real. All right, sure. All right. So Fellhide Petrifier, 2 and a black for a Minotaur warrior. He's obviously a 2/3, as the majority of Minotaurs are, or at least the 3 mana ones. So he's a Riot Devils. He has Death Touch himself and gives other Minotaurs Death Touch. Aside from the flavor of the art being fantastic for this card's really bad. However,
You know what?
However, since Riot Devils is playable, right? It just has strict upside, right? So, because it's just a Riot Devils with Death Touch, so it trades up, so it's probably better.
That thought just insane in this format.
So, yeah,
Like,
no.
I don't like.
I also think that Minotaurs as a tribe didn't have enough 3-drops.
Yes.
So this definitely helps fill the
Yes,
curve in.
this fills-
Yes, it
Yeah,
helps
yeah.
helps the curve a
That
lot.
void, the 3 mana
The
void.
3 mana
for
void.
Minotaurs.
You're right.
We're in luck
So real.
because we get another one in the same set.
Yes, you're right.
Also,
All right, so I agree with your assessment. Ooh, I like that you don't have a score for Font of the Returned yet.
I know. I just noticed that.
Excellent. So Font of Return, 1 and a black for an enchantment. 3 and a black. Sacrificed Font of Returned. Font of Return. Return up to 3 target creatures from cards from your graveyard to your hand. So this card is there's already a card for 4 mana that does this, right? Except it's like
only 2.
it's only 2, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, it's March
March of the
2 cards, yeah.
Returned.
March
Creatures.
of Return. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess this card is kind of better than that, but still not very good.
Triggers Constellation, man.
Ooh, you're right.
You play your Lampads, your Dan Lampads, and you play this, and you Intimidate, and you win. I mean, it's that simple. It's just that easy.
You're right. Okay, well, we're gonna move on from this really bad card. Let's do this. You really gave Font of Return a C minus. Would you play this
Turtle
card?
Forever.
Would you play this
I'd
card?
play this card.
Yeah, you would.
In
play
the
this
green
card.
black deck.
You would
In the
play
green
this
black
card.
deck, this seems pretty good.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty specific.
It probably is like a D plus to be fair. It's probably a sideboard card for like Dirtle matchups. But like I do like there's enough like get crap in your own graveyard cards that make this pretty good.
Yeah, I suppose. All right. This next card, I'm almost 100% sure you have marked incorrectly. I want you to know that. So, Gnarled Scarhide, black, for an enchantment creature Minotaur. So, already has upside of creature type. It's a 2/1 for 1 mana. Has Bestow for 4, so 3 and a black. He can't block, and obviously whatever he enchants can't block, and gets +2/+1. So, how insane is this card? Card is actually insane. So, first of all, it's a 2-power 1-drop that can't block, and you don't really care because you're playing the black aggro deck. The reason that you have this card like rated so low is because Dan Stella would never play the black aggro deck. But this card's insane. Secondly, as a top deck, you either are racing harder if you need to make your guy bigger, right? If you're just like racing them, or it's a 4-mana removal spell, right? Like, if you're just racing and you don't care, you just need to, like, get their guy out of there. Like, this card is definitely, like, a B something. Like, a B+. Like, this card's actual the nut. I think it's
It's Nyxborn Eidolon, but 1 cheaper on each side.
One cheaper on
for
each
not
side.
Blocking.
But
So I don't
don't know.
It's like,
Tormented Hero was never insane. The card was fine.
yeah.
It was
I mean,
never
like the
it was
best
never
black card,
B
it's like-
range. It was never even B range in like the Ryan O'Donnell decks, which were the nuts for 2/1 for 1. Like this being able to bestow makes this better, but I still don't see how like I would never rate this in
I
like
think it's just
high
because it's,
Bs.
like, so flexible.
It's not flexible though. You can't block.
No. But, like, it's flexible in the way that you can make their guys not block if you want, right?
Yeah, that is
Really
an
aggressive
upside that
card.
I probably didn't think about when I graded it. But I still like
All
I don't know.
All
I don't
right.
see this being the nuts ever.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's like the black red deck that you want this, but then like past that,
I'm not sure.
I think it's like more. of a
Have you looked at
constructed
red
card.
in the set? Because I don't think that's a deck anymore.
Black red aggro.
The red in the set is awful for aggro.
Yeah.
It's just bad. It's just really bad.
But like black.
We'll get there. We'll get there when we set review red. But like the black is trying, and like you get this card, you get like that really good hoplet, and there's other stuff. But I really don't think black red is going to be the deck you play this in, unless you're Minnows. If you're Minnows, then you're playing it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like so. I guess I can go. C plus is okay, but I still think the card's like very good. I think.
Yeah, I could see B minus. You can convince me that it's in the B range, but I would never go high Bs.
Yeah.
It's not a bomb.
Yeah,
I would
I
never
agree.
like. This is not bomb status. I'm not going B plus on this.
Yeah. Well,
We're talking about limited.
we're
not
talking about
standard, by the
limited
way.
Malrus, so we're not talking about standard in any way whatsoever. And the card is actually very playable in standard. So
Oh yeah, it will be.
yeah, this card's nuts. Anyway, so Grim Guardian is the next one. It's 2 and a black for an enchantment creature zombie. It's a 1/4, so it's a good old horn turtle. Constellation. Each opponent loses 1 life. So card is overall fine. I don't think there's anything to say about this card except if for it's just horn turtle with straight upside, right?
Yeah.
Just 100%.
Probably gonna
upside.
drain for like
3-ish.
4. Yeah.
The average game, this card's going to drain for 3-4, probably block like 9 to 12 damage, so or attack for like 3 to 4. You know.
I mean,
Yeah.
in like all my black decks, the 3-drop slot was like Blood Toll Harpy, and this is way better than a Blood Toll Harpy in like the kind of deck that you want it to be. I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So I think this card's very good. C plus is accurate. All right. So this next card, has the maximum amount of flavor. Right. It's like probably one of my favorite cards from the set. So King Makar the Gold Cursed, 2 black for a legendary creature human. He has Inspired. Whenever he becomes untapped, exile target creature. If you do, put the colorless artifact token named Gold into the battlefield that has sack this artifact, so you gain 1 mana of any color. So he's just Guild on a Riot Devils, right? He's Guild on a 2/3 with the Inspired trigger. So this card's the actual nut, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you have a way to turn this card on that isn't attacking, your opponent can't remove it immediately, you 100% win the game, right? There's actually like no way to not win the game. So this card is the most insane card. Like if there were a card that I wanted to open along with Springleaf Drum, this would be the card.
Yeah.
Alright, so this card's the nut. I would definitely agree with your assessment of A minus. This card is a huge bomb.
Yeah. The only reason it's not even better is because it needs help to be completely active. It's just enough behind the curve that it attacking is probably not profitable.
Yeah, I mean, I think this card's still.
But
worth
if you have
the
any
deal,
help,
right?
you win the game, right? If you have a Springleaf Drum, like how do they have to kill this card or they lose?
Exactly, but here's the thing. So, like Drazak is saying, he has to attack or be turned on. But since you're picking this card in the first pack, right?
Yeah, you're gonna build around it.
You're
Yeah,
building
obviously.
around the card, so the card's insane. So the card's absolutely insane. So I definitely think A minus is correct with this card. So it's probably pretty good. So Master of the Feast. This card in limited. So people are trying to talk about playing this card like in standard or whatever. But like in constructed formats, your opponents are actually drawing answers to this card. But if you're talking about like limited, what if your opponent just doesn't have removal in their deck and all you
Yeah.
did on turn 3 was play a fucking 5/5 flying that draws them irrelevant cards? This card is insane, right? Like, it does not matter that your opponent is drawing on upkeep. So anyway, let me read the card. So Master of the Feast. 1 black, enchantment creature demon. Flying, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent draws a card. And this guy's a 5/5. Like, it's literal insanity in limited. Like this card, like your opponent easily could just not be drawing any answers, right? Like ever. Even if they're drawing infinity cards. Like your opponent in limited could be drawing 2 cards per turn, and this still might just kill them on turn 4, right? Or like turn 5, right?
Plus you play a Fate Unraveler. the next turn.
Yes, you play a fate
Yeah,
over the next
exactly.
turn. You're right. But still, this card's insane. So A- is pretty accurate. Like, this card, in limited, people are talking about playing this card in other formats are like, oh my god, it's so huge. Like, that's not real. There's, like, infinite removal. The only downside that this guy has in this particular limited format is main deck enchantment removal is, like, the realist in this format, right? So they could be drawing an answer to this card. Smurfikins, like, people play Revoke main deck in this format. People play Unravel the Aether main deck. People play Destroy target enchantment, gain 3 life. That's like a million times in this format. Ray